Well, lads, we didn't make the playoffs this year. It's a very unfortunate event, but the Green Bay Packers have been knocked out of the 2020 the 2022 football NFL playoffs. Very unfortunate event. Um, I am in utter shock and pain. Uh, Packers have not done well this season. Had a bad start of the season. And then, they picked it up. They got going there at the end. They started popping off with wins. They got three in a row from in December. They got like fucking back to back to back wins. They won on Christmas. It was a vibe. It was a great time. And unfortunately, uh, none of the issues that they had at the beginning of the year were solved. And they came to a peak during the most important game of the season against the Lions. And, well, it didn't go over well. They lost. Um, it wasn't an ass kicking. It was actually a pretty good and entertaining game. It was very good. The Packers had an okay start. They looked good. And then um, shit just hit the fan and they lost control of the game. Like what's been happening every time they can't get control of these games, and it's nuts. So we're just gonna look it over. We're gonna kind of go through. This is Packers.com, so this is all official Packers stuff. As you can see, I'm a bit of a Packers fanboy, so I like talking about my team a little bit, um, and I just wanna vent about it. I got some water here. Like Andrew Tate always says, you gotta stay hydrated and we're just gonna look through here. All right, all right. So Green Bay, the Packers saw their late season run come up to a short ending or a short Sunday night as a 20-16 loss to the Lions at Lambeau Field. They denied Green Bay a postseason berth. So yeah, Green Bay wasn't a must win pretty much. They needed to win this game. They needed to win four in a row, but they only won three in a row. Very unlucky and unfortunate. But they definitely tried. Uh, just very sad here. We're gonna take a look at this highlight. Oh wow. Wow, that's great. So yeah, you can see, yep, yep, that's pain. Yep.
Run early. Throwing here on second down. Firing to Christian. Watson is open. Caught it right around the 25-yard line. Rodgers. Pocket collapses. Hutchinson chases him and gets him.
Yeah, so you can see that's how our game
Well, they
went
say Rodgers was down.
most of the night. Someone knocking on my door. Hello? All right, we're fine. I forgot what I was talking about, but yeah, was not great. They kept missing fucking passes, or they kept dropping the passes. Rogers was throwing pretty good, um, until he got fucking sacked like three times, because he had no coverage, and that led to him almost getting injured once again, and then probably not playing well because of his hand. And it looked like he was going like this a lot, and you know he wasn't playing great after he got sacked the first three times. I'm sure he injured his hand once again, and something was off after that happened because shit wasn't going right after he got sacked. AJ Dillon, Lazard, Dobbs kept missing or kept dropping passes. LaFleur said you can't do that type of shit in this game. We had four drives inside their territory and it just didn't come up with enough points. Multiple discipline penalties. Fucking Quay Walker thought it was cool to just push random people like he owns the stadium. So, for the final snap of the first half, the Lions were lining up for a 48-yard field goal, and kicker Michael Badgley had missed from 46 in the same direction on Detroit's previous possession. But when Packers called a timeout, cornerback Douglas walked into middle of the line to swat the ball away from the snapper and prevent the Lions from taking a practice kick. That led to a shoving match, and Douglas was flagged for a personal foul, moving the field goal 15 yards closer, which Badgley hit as time expired. Then in the fourth quarter, the Packers tried to protect a 16-13 lead. Lions running back Dondre Swift gained 2 yards on a short pass in the red zone, setting up a 2nd and 8 from Green Bay 9. Swift was down with an injury, and the trainer who came out to check on him was pushed by Packers rookie linebacker Quay Walker. So, like I said, he got the hold of the pushies for some reason. He just felt like the need to push people around. And then as he's like walking out, he's like all sad and stuff. And it's like, dude, this is the second time you've been ejected from a game, and you, you gotta fucking stop. And that was just ridiculous. That's what I felt like costing the game. When I seen that shit happen, all hope was lost for this game and for the playoffs. They were pretty much done because anything like this that happens with the Packers, it just hurts their morale. I feel like in the middle of the game, they go to shit when shit like this happens, and shit hit the fan, and shit stopped going great for them, and it just didn't go their way after this happened. That gave Lions a 1st and goal on the 4. Walkers was ejected, and Detroit took the lead for a good 3 plays later on the second touchdown run of the game. Williams, 16 carries, 17 yards. The former Packer, who recorded his first 1,000-yard rushing season and broke Barry Sanders' team record with his 16th or 17th rushing touchdown of the year. The ejection was Walker's second of the season, following the same penalty and punishment for contacting a member of Buffalo's sideline personnel back in Week 8. That is unacceptable. I've got much higher standard for our players than to do silly things like that, LaFleur said, referring to both costly personal fouls in this game. We've got to be much more mentally tough. Any times our guys commit personal fouls, I take that very personally because I think that's always a reflection of myself and the standards that we set for these players. So yeah, just a bad game, not great. Sad end to the Packers. Lackluster season. Um, I hope Rodgers comes back. I think he will. My heart says he will, but my brain is like, man, he might just call it quits. Might be just too much stress to go through the whole whatever they got to do to rebuild this team and make it what it was in 2021 and 2020. Uh, I still think Rodgers has it. The man can still throw a ball. The man is literally floating in the air as he throws. I don't know if you know how difficult that is to do, but it's pretty difficult. And the hits he's taken this season have been pretty tough. And for an old guy to take those hits and kind of just like be like, damn, shit, my thumb hurts now. Like that's pretty insane. Um, Hopefully the off season treats everyone well. And you know, there's going to be a lot of rumors about Rodgers retiring. I don't think he will. I think he wants to go out on a high note. I don't see him retiring unless like they push him out. Um, but I don't think that's going to happen either. I hope next year's better. Uh, you know, just a very unfortunate game, very unfortunate events that led up to their loss. They definitely could have played better. I think they can play better. Just it wasn't their year this year, and they gotta figure out something there because something's not clicking in that team. When they're in these situations, you need a click, and they can never click lately in these kind of situations. So hopefully they figure it out. I know Aaron Rodgers probably will. He'll decide whether he wants to stay or not. Whatever choice he makes will be the right choice. I think if he does return, I think the Packers will have a great season and they'll figure this shit out and, they'll get back into their roots of winning and being dominant like they were. And I think Rodgers will have a return to form. But if Roger does decide to call it quits, I think the Packers will still do good as well. I think next season's going to be good for the Packers. I might be completely wrong, but I'm trying to be positive here. Sorry for having a good outlook on life. All right, fuck. But um, I think I'm excited for next season. Uh, just a crappy end to this season. I wanted to see them at least make the playoffs, and that winning streak they were on gave me a lot of hope. But as we can see, the issues that were there at the start of the season are still there at the end, and hopefully the off season they can solve these issues. And like I was saying about Rogers retiring, I'm not going to believe anything until Rogers himself says he is done, because he's done. This shit's gone on for like the 4 years, and I'm just okay. Like I'm just paying attention to what's going on with the team stuff now. Rogers can do what he wants. He better stay though. That's all I'm saying. Better stay. All right. But yeah, that's all for me. Congrats to the Lions. Obviously their rebuild went well. um, but yeah, sometimes you're the ball and sometimes you're the bat. It is how it is. Um, Thank you. Goodbye.